Today here in Bloemfontein, we've got the Minister of Basic Education, Siviwe Gwarube. She was supposed to have been, supported or as part of her entourage, be accompanied by the Deputy Minister of Basic Education, but she's not here. She is, however, accompanied by the MEC of Free State Education, Dr. Mamiki Maboya, and as she was sitting in the hall explaining to other educators about the challenges that she has encountered in her 100 days in office, that the general challenges that they see in the province are those of the infrastructure and those that are of administration that they need to deal with. But let me not talk too much, but get into the grips with her, just to tell us, as the MEC for Basic Education, MEC, listening and learning tour, what have you discovered so far? This is the 7th place where the minister is visiting, her first time in the province as the Minister of Basic Education. Let's speak about this tour and what is are you actually likely to encounter as you will be going through around the province?
Thank you very much. The Minister of Basic Education is here today, Gwarube. She's visiting us as the province. We are told that this is the 7th province that she's visiting. And we are quite happy that she is here, because it's a true indication that she is preparing to learn a lot of things since she'll be leading the sector. She's new in the sector, and she is prepared to come and listen and learn out of the provinces. And we also appreciate the fact that she understands that education, that delivery of service in terms of education, happens at the provincial level, particularly at the level of the schools. So she will be visiting 4 schools from here. We'll be visiting about 4 schools that she will be interacting, where she'll be interacting with the management of the schools, with the educators, and so on. But what is key for us is the fact that she is not just here to learn, but she's also here to make sure that she comes back and enriches our interventions as a sector, to make sure that we close all the gaps so that we are able to deliver quality education. In the Free State here, I've already taken my tours. I've done my tours. I've interacted with a number of stakeholders, teachers, principals, SGBs, parents, and learners themselves. And we have picked up a lot of challenges that are there. Much as a lot has been done to mitigate those challenges, but some of them remain. And one of them being the fact that we are experiencing budget cuts. And when you talk about budget cuts, us being a sector which is highly people-driven, obviously it will have an impact on the budget for compensation of employees. And that is one of the challenges. And that one also now has got a ripple effect on other programs. Programs such as the provision of LTSM, learning and teaching support material, obviously that will be affected. In the school where we are now, learners are supposed to be having sufficient devices, assistive devices, and obviously that will also be affected. We are giving them, but we might not sufficiently be able to cover all those areas. Not only that, but things such as your learner transport will also be affected. This will also affect other areas of operation which are very critical as we are moving towards, improving the quality of education. We know that if we don't, for instance, fill the posts of admin staff, especially at school level, then that will bring the burden, administrative burden, on teachers, and that will defocus them a little bit from doing the actual work of teaching, and now they have to do admin work. Those are some of the challenges. Of course, school safety is another area of concern, and if we don't have sufficient warm bodies as security at our schools, we will continue to have these challenges. But as I was engaging with parents, I also made them aware that it is their responsibility as communities around the schools to ensure that they protect their assets, which is our schools, and amplifying also the notion that teaching or education is a societal issue.
I know as well that there is that challenge of temporary teachers who have been, at schools for the longest time and they are not getting permanent jobs, and also the issue of teachers, foundation phase teachers who are, are in short supply. How are you dealing with that challenge?
Yeah, the challenge that we have, I must say, is a sector-wide type of a challenge. It's not only a Free State challenge. But what we are doing now, we are prioritizing what we call critical posts. We ensure that we are doing all what we can to ensure that we have, in every class we do have a teacher. That one I can rest assure you. And the fact that we do have your collective agreement, it means that the jobs of permanent teachers are protected. But with regard to your basket of those ad hoc teachers as well as temporary teachers, as and when we get those gaps where there are no teachers, we are able to tap from that basket. That basket is still there, it is funded, so we'll be able therefore to take teachers out of those and then close whatever gaps that we'll be having.
It's only 4 days away before the matric write their final year exams. How confident are you with the Free State in terms of their performance this year?
The Free State province, the Department of Education has been performing well for some time. I think we have quite a well-oiled machinery by now. And as a result, we are confident that that sport will still be jealously safeguarding it and making sure that it belongs to the Free State. That's where the sport belongs. And but we have sort of changed the way we are doing things now, because we are saying we are not just comfortable with the passes that we have. We now have to look at the quality of passes. We are seriously looking into the issue of quality. We don't just want to be number one in terms of quantity, meaning the number of learners who would have passed, but we want to be number one in terms of the number of bachelor passes as well as diploma passes that we produce. So as a result, we have actually elevated or graduated from being simply the best to being simply excellent. So this is what we are striving for, and we have done all what we needed to do to ensure that we walk our learners into the exam room confidently, so after supporting them with all sorts of interventions, we are confident that our learners will not disappoint us. They will still do us good as a province and as a nation. So we are confident that we are still going to remain the number one province in the country.
MEC Dr. Mhaule, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Ndate.
That is MEC for Free State Education, Dr. Mhaule, outlining the province's readiness and intervention in where they are having problems with regard to education in the province.